Hello everyone, I'm McLeod and today I am playing Duel Links, but I'm playing Rush Duel, the only good format currently in Duel Links. Yumi was sitting on me and she decided she doesn't want to be part of this video. What you're seeing here today is I want to say almost completely free-to-play deck that if you're new to Rush Duels will help you out in ladder, but then some of these cards have to be obtained with rank tickets. I think Umbral Drygra is one of them. I'm pretty sure that you can get your hands on, where is it? I think this is a ranked, a rare ticket as well. This one is ranked SR, but the rest of the deck can be obtained at the account trader. So this is available to the trader. So is this. So is the Intruding Beetles at the back row removal for the deck. Ancient Gear Golem, Negate Attack, and Buffet Slime are of course cards that you can only get in bundles, so watch out for that. I think this is in a structure deck now, so it should be easier to obtain this way, because isn't the Cyber Dragon launch structure deck still free? It doesn't matter. You don't need 2 of this, you only need 1, and then Pot of Greed is a free card. Quick rundown of the deck card by card and the overall strategy. You play Insect that turns other stuff into insects, which benefits your insects. So for instance, Biomech Mantis, you get to shuffle 1 insect type monster from a graveyard into the deck in order to make an opponent's monster lose 300 attack and become an insect until the end of turn, which in turn benefits Ravenous Matilus. I don't think that's a real word. Reduces the attack of an insect monster on your opponent's side of the field by 800, which is pretty good. It allows you to basically run into Dragias with no issues. You've also had this guy that cares about insect monsters. You can make your ring set monsters gain 200 attack and attack twice, and then this turns thing into insects. And then this cares if you send an insect to the graveyard for its effect. This deck is bound to get better once we get there's Dorcas and there's the Flying Kamikari, the first of which is like a 1500 attack bug, which we already have in at Last Combat Beetle, but bigger bugs is never an issue. And the second of which is like probably a better boss monster than Ungrad Digra, which is just a guy that gets big and doesn't really do anything else. On top of the insect stuff, because this deck isn't actually great or super consistent, we have to play Ancient Gear Unchained Golem, which is still the best legend monster that you can play. Absolutely broken in decks that can run it. It's a 3000 body that doesn't care about any back row. And that's it. That's pretty much how the deck functions. That's pretty much what it does. Let's check the replays. This here replay is going to be against Dark Galaxy, which is probably the second or third best deck of the current Rush metagame. So if you're looking for a deck to buy and you have the gems to do so, invest in Dark Galaxy. It's actually pretty fun. But today I'm not playing that, I'm playing Insect, and I have opened a truly unplayable hand. This is one of the worst hands of all time, but it's not necessarily like an auto-concede. If I draw the Insect that cycles a card, I can just get rid of my Umbral Digra, hope that I can get another Insect, and go off from there, because, you know, when there's a will, there's a way. So let's hope that this is what happens, as my opponent summons Volvate Requiem, set to pass, mills a card for no reason. It's my turn, and I draw a back row. That was fun. This second replay is also against Dark Galaxy, and it happened immediately after the first, for context, so you know I'm getting my revenge on. This is a revenge kind of replay, so I'm also going second, but I've opened much better this time. I have an Ancient Gear Golem, I have the materials to summon it. The Matilus is kind of a brick in my hand at the moment, but any tribute monster, any monster worth tributing over rather, will just take care of it. So I get to tribute summon Ancient Gear Golem and a Ravenous Matilus. Is that a real word, Matilus? It can't be. It doesn't sound like a real word. Anyway, Ancient Gear Golem also has piercing on top of everything else, so I get to deal a huge amount of damage to my opponent, who's going to flip summon the Dimension Outpath. Mill 3 gets a Pale Rider back, which unfortunately is probably not what they were looking for. They're going to get the Volvel Cataract. They're going to mill a Volvate Globule, and realizing that they have no high-level monsters to take care of a GG, they are going to concede. Alright, so those two duels, you know, just issues breaking on both sides. This is going to be a real duel against Cyber Dragon, which in terms of tourney results and representation, 4th best deck in terms of popularity on ladder, maybe the most popular deck on Rush ladder at the moment, and one of the most consistent. It is not that difficult to play. It has a pretty good ceiling. My opponent is just going to summon Crafter Drone Pass, which is the worst play of all time. I get to activate Intruding Beetle. The issue with Intruding Beetle is that you have to get rid of a card to destroy a card. So in this case, I chose to get rid of my Buffered Slime in order to pop what is essentially just a back row removal card, so that kind of sucks. Anyway, I get to turn this Crafter Drone into an insect with the Swappling Silkworm Fibron, which in turn allows me to use Biomech Mantis to turn this into an insect and reduce its attack, and Ravenous Matelis to reduce its attack to 0, so that's a massive amount of damage that I'm doing to my opponents on the very second turn. But none of my monsters are too impressive, and I'm playing in Cyber Dragon, so I have to be, you know, concerned about the other side of the coin, which is just going to be them normal summoning the Cyber Surge Dragon after special summoning the Cyber Dragon, getting the Cyber Dragon back, getting the Proto Cyber Dragon, which they're going to tribute for Cyber Assault Dragon, and just run over my entire field. They just get to destroy everything on my field, because my insects aren't actually that great, and this sucks. At this stage, I think I can activate Legend Draw, but I don't, because I'm an idiot. I could be wrong. I mean, I have more life points than my opponent, so I can't anyway. Anyway, I get to summon Biomech Mantis, the Dome of Caterpillar. I get to rid of my Atlas Combat Beetle. I'm not sure if this was the correct choice in retrospect. It's not like I can easily get rid of stuff on my opponent's field, so yeah, then I'm gonna have to do a lot of Biomech Mantis, turn this into an insect, get to tribute summon for Ravenous Matelis, activate Insect Rampage. Insect Rampage is a really funny card. You get to shuffle any 2 monsters from the graveyard into the deck, boost all of your insect monsters by 300 attack, and then pop a monster on your opponent's side of the field if they control an insect. But it doesn't have to pop an insect monster, which is why I just get to pop the Cyber Assault Dragon. Ravenous Matelis is going to reduce this thing's attack. And I realize, wait, I can't get rid of both, and I can't get rid of the Cyber Dragon. So I'm just going to have to make the. I don't know why I made the weaker attack here. It was clearly a mistake. My opponent is going to draw Cyber Proto Dragon, normal summon Assault Core, reduce my thing's attack by a lot, mill a Cyber Entry. You're going to boost the Cyber Dragon, get a fusion, which means that they're going to go into Cyber Twin Dragon, which it's kind of a problem. It's kind of a huge problem. They're going to set 2, they're going to battle, destroy this, bam, destroy this. I don't know why they also made the weaker attack, but that serves me right. Anyway, this time I get to summon my 2 insect, activate Pot of Greed, which lets me draw 2 cards. I have to summon both insects. They're not going to be too important. What is going to be important is the Intruding Beetles, taking care of 1 back row, taking care of 2 back row, drawing me 2 cards that I'm not going to use, allowing me to go into Angrat Digra, and because I milled a single insect attack monster, I get to attack for lethal. Which I think I had anyway, because the Angrat Digra starts at 24, and this was a 1200 attack monster. I think I had lethal anyway. No, it wasn't lethal, because they had 14, and this is 12, this would have dealt. I needed to mill at least 1 insect monster in order for it to be lethal. Wow! Such a skilled display of skill! And that's it, that's insects. Truth be told, the deck isn't actually that great. It is not that consistent. The fact that we're missing Dorcas, which isn't gonna come for another couple of, like, weeks, maybe? Dorcas is such a good card. I'm gonna put it on the stream, because it's just so powerful and so good for insects. Much better than this, unfortunately. Even though this, like, comes in handy sometimes, at the end of the day, all it is, like, a 2400 attack insect monster that loses to Dragias and Void Veil with a boost, and pretty much everything under the sun. Not to mention, this deck doesn't have a skill to support it, like Cyber Dragon does, which increases their consistency tenfold, like Psychic does, which allow them to make super explosive plays. This is really a budget-less free-to-play option if you want to play rush, duel, PvP events, or just climb up to gold on the ladder, which is relatively stress-free because you don't lose ranks on the rush duel ladder PvP like ever. Unlike in Speed Duel, where you face 15 hero players in a row and you go from Legend 5 to like Legend 1 in the span of a night, and you end up wondering why you even bother playing this garbage game to begin with. Some update on Mako. I'm gonna go get him right now. There he is, there's Mako. Mako is doing fine. There's his little tummy that's kind of exposed because he had to get shaved for the scan, but otherwise he's doing okay. He's eating fine, he's drinking fine. I haven't seen him take a poop yet, which is important, but he's doing just good. He's doing just okay. Thank you all for supporting me once again. I really appreciate that. Every single kind word that you said for me and Mako was deeply appreciated. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Even if you do not partake in rush duels, you really should, because this is really much more fun than playing speed duels at the moment. Even despite sidekicks, you know, kind of being a bit too powerful in my liking, rush duels is so much better than speed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciated this video. I'm almost close to 6,000 subscribers, so I'm really looking forward to that. If you'd like to support me further, you can check out my Ko-fi, where you can make a one-time donation or a monthly pledge. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my Ko-fi donators in the form of Dingust, Zinnia, Boy0, Jimmy, Yannick, Seal, Mark Lu, Fortuner16, The Abyss Actor Guru, and Orc Price. Thank you all for the support. I genuinely really appreciate it. And that'll be it for this video. More content coming soon. I'm not sure what. Maybe I'm gonna stream tomorrow. You never know. Take care, everyone. I will see you all next time.